Okay, what if I told you that you could save up a pretty serious chunk of cash by starting with just 1 penny? Yeah, it sounds almost too simple, right? But it's this really clever way to make saving money feel completely effortless. So today, we're going to break down exactly how the Monzo One-Piece Savings Challenge works.
I mean, let's be honest for a second. Saving over 660 quid in a single year, that can feel like a massive task, right? It just seems like a huge mountain to climb. But what if you could do it automatically? So automatically that you barely even notice the money's gone. Well, that's exactly what this whole challenge is designed to do.
And this gets right to the heart of the problem for so many of us, what I like to call the daily saving dilemma.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It's that initial push, the mental gymnastics of just starting and then having to do it again the next day and the day after that. It's not usually the amount of money that's the problem. It's just building that habit. That's where most of us fall down.
So, how do we fix this? Well, let's dive into Monzo's solution, the 1P challenge. It's a really clever, almost game-like approach that just smashes that initial hurdle.
Here's the core idea, and it is beautifully simple. It's an automated tool. On day 1, the app squirrels away 1 single penny for you. Day 2, it's 2 pence. Day 3, 3 pence. You get the idea. It just keeps adding a penny each day for a whole year. The amounts are so tiny at first, you literally won't notice. But trust me, the end result is pretty amazing.
Okay, so who can actually do this? Now this is super important. The One-Piece Savings Challenge is available to everyone with a Monzo account. Yep, even if you're on the standard free plan. The paid plans like Extra, Perks, or Max, well, they get you some extra goodies, which we'll get to in a bit, but the core challenge is for all customers.
All right, this is the fun part. Let's look at how those little pennies actually start to stack up. This is where the magic really happens.
And I can't stress this enough. The absolute best thing about this is you set it and forget it. The app does everything. All you have to do is get started with that one tiny, completely painless penny.
So, after just 1 month, you'll have £4.65 sitting in your pot. Look, it's not going to change your life, but hey, that's a fancy coffee you didn't even have to think about saving for.
Now let's fast forward to the 6-month mark. Suddenly, that snowball is really starting to roll downhill. You're looking at over 168 quid. See how that gradual increase really starts to pay off?
And now for the grand finale. Stick with it for the full 365 days and, boom, you'll have £667.95. That is a serious chunk of change. And get this, that's not even counting the interest you earn.
But wait, there's more. It's not just about the total amount. Monzo's added some really cool features around flexibility, interest, and other perks to make it even more compelling.
And this is a really big deal, because a lot of people worry about locking their money up. You are always in the driver's seat here. If life happens and things get a bit tight, you can just pause the challenge. Miss a couple of days? No problem. You can catch up later. And most importantly, if you need that money, you can pull it out anytime.
Remember that interest I mentioned? Well, on top of all your savings, your money is also growing. Right now, the rate is 3.5% AR. Now, it's a variable rate, so that number can go up or down, but it's basically free money on top of the money you're already saving.
So how does that actually work in practice? It's pretty simple. The interest you've earned gets dropped right into your challenge pot on the 1st of every month. And then, when the year is up, the power is all yours. You can keep the pot going, maybe invest it, or just transfer it all back into your main account. Your call.
Okay, so if saving almost 700 quid wasn't enough to get you excited, how about this? Monzo's thrown in a prize draw to sweeten the deal even more.
Now listen up, because there's a deadline on this one. If you want a shot at winning these prizes, you've got to start your challenge before the clock strikes midnight on January 31st, 2025.
So what can you win? Well, there are 2 tiers. First, the big one, a grand prize of £10,000. And that's open to anyone with a personal Monzo account who sees the challenge all the way through. Then, for those of you on a paid plan, there's an extra chance to win. 10 monthly prizes of £100 each. For that one, you just need to be up to date on your daily savings for the month.
The basic rules are pretty standard stuff. You got to be a UK resident, be 18 or older, and obviously have a Monzo personal account. And just to be crystal clear, everyone who completes the challenge gets a shot at that 10 grand prize, but those monthly 100 quid prizes are a little extra thank you for customers on the paid plans.
So that really just leaves one final question. When it's all said and done, after the automatic saves, the tiny daily increases, the extra bit of interest, what would you do with that extra 667 quid?
Would it be a holiday, a down payment on something cool, or just a nice cushion in your emergency fund? It's pretty amazing what can grow from just a single penny.